As a virtual assistant, have you ever worked with a client that there's no sign of, oh, this client is going to let me go or something like that, but they slowly just withdrawn and ended the contract, or you got ghosted, or your client just stopped responding to you? Well, if you haven't, I have. Oh. Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So again and again and again, if this is your first time, well, you're welcome. You can turn on your notifications, subscribe, like, drop comments. If there's anything you want me to talk about, also drop it in the comment section and I'll be right behind my screen to respond and shoot. So yes, today I want to talk about reasons clients stop trusting their VAs. First of all, let me ask a question. As a virtual assistant, have you ever worked with a client that you people do not quarrel? No, there's no sign of, oh, this client is going to let me go or something like that. But they slowly, just withdrawn and ended the contract. Or you got ghosted, or your client just stopped responding to you. Have you ever been in such situation? Well, if you haven't, I have. Oh. I'm an agency owner, so I know I've seen a lot. I've experienced different clients from different, perspective. So today, like I said, I'm going to talk about the main reasons clients stop trusting their VAs. Now, the first one is inconsistent communication. This is what I'm going to say. When it comes to when you get a client, the first 1 2 weeks there's always that excitement. You just want to implement everything you have learned. Oh, communicate, try as much as possible to communicate, drop feedback, do this. And then after 1 week 2 week, you feel like even if the client is not always like responding, you feel like, oh, you're doing too much, and then you stop. You don't know what you're doing. You don't know. As a virtual assistant, communication should be like, I always say that communication is a lifeline of remote role. Never leave a space in your client's brain to think or to ask, what is my VA doing? Is she doing the thing I said she should do? Or is he doing what I said that he should do? Now I'm going to tell you a story. I saw a post recently on an executive that hired a VA. And then after 2 days, she sacked the VA. And her reason was poor communication. She said she sent the VA a message at 8 a.m. The VA did not respond till 5 p.m. because like she gave a task. And then by 5 or there about 6, the VA responded acknowledging that she had done the task. But that's like giving almost 8 hours of your clients to run mentally in their brain if you were doing the stuff. Or what if they had hired, what if the stuff was urgent? What if they had hired somebody to just do it and then you are coming to tell the client that you have done it? So constant communication is very, very important. If a client gives you something, acknowledge it first. If you're on it, follow up with the client that, oh, I'm on it. Even if there's no deadline. Do you understand? So this is what I'm going to say is that as a VA, create a ritual and stick to it. If the ritual is at the end of the day, you drop a report of what is done. At the end of the week, you drop a report of what is done. Stick to it. There's something about this remote role. Sometimes it becomes so routine that it becomes boring. Do you understand? But never take advantage, and then because of that, because it's becoming routine, then you withdraw and stop your communication. No. The second one is missing deadlines without warning. So this is what I would say, that as a VA, if your client gives you a task with a deadline and you are seeing it that there's no way I'm going to meet this deadline, communicate with your clients. Do you understand? Tell them early that, oh, I know we had this deadline, this is it, I'm so sorry, but I'll be able to meet at this. Give specific time, specific day that you'll be able to meet up, and keep to it. I know sometimes things happen, life happens. Oh, my laptop is down and this, but even before you are thinking of any excuse, try as much as possible to meet up with deadlines. Don't make missing deadline a pattern, that every time you give a task, no deadline, or anytime you give a task, you are not keeping your client in the loop of what's going on. Oh my God, there was a client that we helped to build something, and I trust the VA that I assigned to her. Always, if the client is not asking, no, always communicating. I've done this, please check. I've done this, please check. Even in fact, in a day, she was like, Every single day he's always communicating. And then when I asked for her feedback, the first thing she said that he communicates very well. Trust me, that it keeps, it does something in the mind of your executive that, oh, this person is working. Because there are some clients that will be working, let's say they hired you for full time, like 9 to 5. Somewhere in their brain, if there's no communication, if there's no reports that, oh, this is going on, this is going on, somewhere in their brain they may be thinking that, oh, what is she doing? Or what does he spend the whole of the day doing? So please, do not make missing deadline a pattern, and do not make poor communication a pattern. Always communicate early and always. Then the third reason is declining quality over time. I would say, as a VA, when you are hired, you know that honeymoon feeling that you just got married. Oh, the honeymoon is so sweet, and then after the honeymoon, everything becomes you just start feeling, see finish. Do not let see finish enter your work. Whatever enthusiasm, whatever energy you took to start that work, use it and finish it 12 years later, and 12 months later, 2 years later, 3 years later. So whatever reading that you created is, I'm saying it well because there's some VAs that after 6 months they feel like, oh, everything is routine, then you just start decline. It will shock you. It will shock you when your client tell you that they're not renewing their contract. So use that same energy no matter how long. Don't allow see finish take your job away from you. Then the next thing is over promising and under delivering. We do, as an agency, we always, I come in contact with a lot of founders, and then when we say something, they'll be like, there's a client, a prospect I had a communication with, and she told me that she hired a VA and then paid her for the whole of the year. This is July. She said she's not impressed with the VA. That the way the VA pitched herself, I can do this, I can bring good clients, I can book, I can do that. And she went and paid for the whole year. And then look at her grumbling my DM that she has paid for the whole year, but she's not happy. You know that moment where they have engaged. Please, do not go and be over delivering. No. Let's assume that you're in sales. And then you now tell your client that, don't worry, I'm going to book you 10-20 clients in a month. Okay. So please, it is better you under promise and over deliver. That's a safe place to be. Then the next thing is not understanding the client's business. As a VA, if you want to stay with a client or an agency, if you want to stay with a client for as long as possible, I've seen clients say, oh, I've been with my VA for 5 years, for 8 years. It's very possible. And that's for someone to keep a VA that long, it means that they've seen that this person loves my business, this person understands what I'm building, and they are building alongside with you. Because a client might hire you for something that they think they need. 1 year down the line, 2 years down the line, the need is changing. Sometimes they may not even find the time to want to figure where you come in. But as a virtual assistant, if you understand your client's business, you will know when they are evolving, and then you will know how to do you understand? Because your end goal is to see that the business is growing, the business is scaling, and then you are contributing positively to the growth. As we always say, hire a VA so you can focus on growing your business. So yes, try as much as possible to understand your client's business. Get the idea, like, what do they want to achieve? Then your role is to fill in the how they achieve what they want to achieve. That's because you are part of the team. You don't act like, oh, I'm an outsider just managing calendar. No. And the last on my list is no boundaries or systems from start. Whatever you are doing for a client, try as much as possible to set everything in writing during onboarding. And I know sometimes, because of how long you stay with the client, sometimes, you may have an SOP from the start, and in the next few months, things are changing. Make sure you update. Whatever things are changing, make sure you update your SOP, update whatever document you're using to document the stuff. Set boundaries. Set clear boundaries. So these are the 6 reasons that I've seen happen over and over again that makes clients end their contract with VAs. One thing I want you guys to know is that trust is not built in grand gestures. It's something that is built in small, consistent, and reliable things you do every single day. So try as much as possible to give in your best and see that your client's business grows and goes beyond them imagining where you fit in their business. So I hope this makes sense. And if it does, like, subscribe, comment, and see you in our next video. Bye.